Good Lord. First of all, I want to thank my seconder, Mr. Thomas. I knew, bringing this motion, I was going to get a kicking. It generally happens to somebody who brings a motion of this type to any parliament. They are the one who is going to face a bruising encounter. But I was prepared to take that because this needed to come to the House. I didn't seek a quick headline, as some have said. I did one interview in the lead into this debate. I even gave acknowledgement that we could do it in a week's time, so everybody had time to prepare, because I felt it was really important that we did that. I didn't seek a seconder. I let that evolve naturally. I didn't lobby. The main thing was to bring this debate here because it had to happen. My door was open if people wanted to talk. Some did, some didn't. But I didn't actively lobby. We needed to have this debate. I was even honest in interviews, in the interview that I did, that I didn't think it would succeed. But the debate needed to happen. And somebody had to have you use inappropriate language, so I'll not to. Yeah, the strength. Let's put it that way, to bring that here, despite the fact that it was going to be a costly exercise for that person personally. They were going to get a kicking. I accept that. It wasn't done for me to gain anything politically whatsoever. We needed this debate. This whole call about a confidence vote in the Chief Minister has been festering away for well over a year. In here and in the outside world. Festering away. I think the phrase I used in the one interview I gave was that the boil needed to be lanced, and that is the sole objective for bringing this here today. It needed bringing because there's been tension. Tension in here and in the other place. And that needs to be addressed. And that tension was not just over policies, but it was also over the manner in which things were being done. And that's why we needed to come in here and all make a contribution. And I think in here everybody has made a contribution, bar about 3 people. So it has been worthwhile. It was also an opportunity, Mr. Speaker, for those contributors to show their true colours. And I think we saw quite a lot of that today, and the public will now be aware of those true colours as well. Some exaggerated the whole, what if this does succeed? Well, Guernsey and Jersey have gone through the process. I haven't seen the sky falling in the Channel Islands as a result of votes of no confidence. I found the talk of resignation from ministers somewhat arrogant as well. And the problem with that is that their loyalty shouldn't be just to one person. It should be to the people of the Isle of Man. It should be to the people of the Isle of Man. And then there's appeals for everybody to work together, but they're not prepared to work with anybody else should the motion be successful. It can't be both ways. It cannot be both ways. So I accept bringing this. Will it give me a kicking? And the other person who's had a kicking from some quarters, of course, is the Chief Minister. And I welcome his closing statement there. And I did say as well in my speech that if it's unsuccessful, which I was pretty certain it would be, I hope we get a different style, more conciliatory, less cutthroat, and more inclusive. And I stand by that and will support that. But this debate needed to happen for the good of our island's people, where there is that frustration out there, but also for us here working in different ways, I know, all to try and make a difference and make a better Isle of Man for our people. number of people spoke about policy, and I agree with Douglas South, member in particular, but these have got to be costed policies, and that's part of the problem we've got. We need social housing. When was the last time we had a new social housing development? And there's a massive strain there. We've had redevelopments, but not a new added development. Dentist health, cost efficiency in government, budget dimension. Those are all real big issues out there that people really do want to see being addressed. I hope today is the start of the many serious conversations that we need to have, Mr. Speaker, on major policy areas and major problems that our island does face. And I hope today, and I respect everybody who has spoken, that this is the start of more conversation and more debate about the really awkward questions that we need to ask each other if we are to move this administration forward over the last 2 years. We all want that, but we needed to have this awkward debate today. I haven't done this with any ease at all. It's not been a good week for my mental health either, and I empathise with the minister, the member there for Douglas North. It's not been easy, it's been horrible. I'm sure it's been for the Chief Minister and every other member in here. It's not been done for that. This has been done to try and lance that boil, as I put it, to bring that conversation into here so that we can clear the air and move on, move forward. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move.
Honourable members, the question is at item 2 on your order paper. The question is that this House has no confidence in the Honourable Alf Cannon, MHK, as Chief Minister. Those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say no.
No. Divide.
Motion called. Six for, 18 against. The noes have it. The noes have it.